So that 2023 confusion is what set the stage for 2025 confusion. For the chaos that's unfolding, the High Command kind of ensured a quick fix solution in 2023, thinking we'll handle the crisis when it happens later. Guess what? 2025, they weren't prepared. And that's why you're seeing the situation where after 2.5 years, that timeline transpired last week. So after that, in the next 1+ week, we've been seeing all of this chaos, all of this power flexes and whatnot, with the High Command silently watching on. But importantly, tomorrow is the meeting of the High Command. Kharge, Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi will be holding a pull-aside meet focused just on Karnataka. So there is a possibility that after that, a summon will be issued by the High Command to Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar. There is a possibility that even today, after the breakfast meet, when clearly, and I can guarantee this to you, there will be a show of unity of sorts. Both will come out holding hands, saying all is well, we are united, there's no question of us being broken up. All of that messaging, after that, you could see the High Command step in and say, okay, now come over to Delhi, let's discuss what's happening. Those meetings, however, will be one-on-one, where you will have DK Shivkumar, Siddaramaiah making their pitch. Nothing changes with this breakfast meet. DK Shivkumar still wants to be Chief Minister. Siddaramaiah still wants to remain the Chief Minister. So nothing changes. Their demands, what they want, remains the same. It's only a question of ensuring the right optics of the process, that this is something that they want to message across to the BJP is not going to divide us or separate us. However, while those optics happen, there will be a big question mark of whether that will actually happen. That if, let's say, the High Command says Siddaramaiah will remain the Chief Minister, will there be a full-blown rebellion by DK Shivkumar, by his camp? He's got some MLAs with him, though many would say the majority MLAs right now are with Siddaramaiah. Let me bring in on this broadcast both Anaga and Apurva, one at the Chief Minister's residence, the other at DK Shivkumar's residence, who's been very quiet about the developments that have happened so far. Apurva, have you been able to pick up any information on exactly what DK Shivkumar's strategy is? As Naga was telling us, he perhaps could request Siddaramaiah to step aside, saying, give me my turn now.
Well, Akshita, it's going to be a lot of discussions that is going to entail in this breakfast meeting. That's something that we know for sure about. Be it request that is being put forward by DK Shivkumar or, the kind of response that, Siddaramaiah is going to give. It is going to be a very important and crucial meeting of what will take place between these two leaders. Each of them, extremely talented and in a way one of the top leaders of Congress there, who will be battling it out face to face. This meeting will entail that they will finally get some alone time wherein they can discuss and lay down and see.
We've lost our connection with Apurva. We'll reconnect with her. And as we continue getting you all the details that are coming in right now of what's happening on both sides, Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar, let's also talk about, what these two leaders are about. Why is it so difficult for the High Command to take a pick? Starting off with Siddaramaiah, OBC phase, very crucial for the party, a veteran administrator. And could, if he remains the Chief Minister, become historic in a sense in Karnataka as the longest serving Chief Minister in Karnataka's history. That's what he's going for. Take a look at this report as we break down for you the political legacy of Chief Minister Siddaramaiah.
A second-time Chief Minister, a leader of Kuruba community, a veteran of the political game, and arguably the Congress's tallest face in South India. What happens to Siddaramaiah next may not just decide the fate of a 5-decade-long political career, but also the future of the Congress in the state. Born in 1947 into a humble farming family in Mysuru's Siddaramana Hundi village, Siddaramaya's journey from a law student to becoming one of Karnataka's most influential political leaders is a story of resilience and perseverance. Beginning his political career in 1983, representing Chamundeshwari and later constituencies like Varuna, he has been elected as MLA 9 times. Known for his strong oratory and mass appeal, Siddaramaiah made history by serving a full 5-year term as Chief Minister from 2013 to 2018, becoming the first to do so in 4 decades. His tenure is especially noted for launching transformative welfare initiatives dubbed the 5 Guarantees, which include free bus rides for women, monthly cash transfers to housewives, subsidized rice distribution, free electricity for small consumers, and unemployment allowances for the youth. These programs were credited with consolidating his political base and securing Congress a strong victory in the 2023 state elections. Siddaramaiah is also respected for his fiscal prudence, having presented 16 state budgets and balancing the state's finances responsibly. As a vocal champion of backward classes, he has championed the caste census and pushed for increased social and economic justice, positioning himself as a leader who seeks to redefine Karnataka's caste dynamics. As Karnataka's political future unfolds, Siddaramaiah remains a key figure whose legacy of welfare and backward class advocacy continues to shape the state's governance. But after over half a century of political experience, his greatest test now remains the threat within. Bureau Report, India Today.
So that's the story, the political story of Siddaramaiah. Let's focus now on DK Shivakumar.
Deputy Chief Minister, Karnataka Congress Chief, troubleshooter in chief for the Congress, not just in Karnataka, but beyond as well.
In Karnataka, but beyond as well. Influential Vokkaliga leader, and that's what makes him so crucial to the Congress's plans, not just in Karnataka, but nationwide as well. Take a look at this report.
Dodalahalli Kempegowda Shivakumar, popularly known as DK Shivakumar, is one of Karnataka's most formidable political forces. A leader who rose from a modest farming family, he has climbed the ranks to become one of the most influential faces of the Congress in the state and the party's crisis man. From early on, Shivakumar showed sharp political instinct. He entered electoral politics in 1989 at the age of 27, when he contested and won the Satanur constituency.
ನಾನು ದೊಡ್ಡಹಳ್ಳಿ ಕೆಂಪೇಗೌಡ ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು.
And he never looked back. Over the decades, he has been elected 8 times, never losing a single assembly election, a rare consistency in Karnataka politics. His political journey has seen him hold several key ministerial portfolios, each adding to his reputation as a strong, hands-on leader. But his biggest value lies in being the Congress's troubleshooter due to his consistent success in managing political crisis, preventing the defection of party legislators and forming coalition governments against the odds. Whether it be acing resort politics to keep MLAs loyal during power struggles or rapidly engineering the 2018 Congress-JDS government in Karnataka under the BJP's nose, DKS is the party's ever-reliable go-to man. A loyal Congress leader, Shivakumar worked relentlessly to strengthen the party's grassroots network. Today, he serves as the president of the Karnataka Pradesh Congress Committee, steering the party's strategy and organization across the state. But his heart remains on the top job, which was denied to him in 2023 in favor of Siddaramaiah, while he got the deputy's role.
ನಾನು ಡಿ.ಕೆ. ಶಿವಕುಮಾರ್ ಎಂಬ ಹೆಸರಿನಾದ ನಾನು ಕಾನೂನು ಮೂಲಕ ಸ್ಥಾಪಿತವಾದ ಭಾರತದ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ
From Kanakapura's fields to the highest decision-making tables in Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar's rise has so far reflected ambition and an unbroken winning streak.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ಉಪಮುಖ್ಯಮಂತ್ರಿಯಾಗಿ
In a twist of fate, though, his credentials have now presented the Congress High Command with a crisis that ordinarily the party would have entrusted him to resolve. Bureau Report, India Today.